Goblin Tales of Lancashire by James Bowker. Narrated by Malc Cowle. The Fairies' Spade. The fairies han getten very shy sin they and me were young, Matty lass, said an old grey-headed man, who, smoking a long pipe, calmly sat in a shady corner of the kitchen of a filed country farmhouse. Nobody seems to see 'em nowadays, as they used. I once had a seat to one on 'em, as plain as I can see thee sitting there, ravelling thy out stocking. I were ploughing very soon after daylight, and there weren't a sound to be heard but the noise of the grand opening, and the chirp of a few birds whacking and tuning up, and of 2-3 crows close after me heels a piking up thworms. All of a sudden I heard somebody cry, in a voice like Owl Luke when in th' organ loft of a Sunday, "I've broken me spade." I lost no time in turning to see who were at work at that hour, and in our field too, and I clapped me een on as pratty a little lass as ever opened een in this countryside. Out England child's bonny, you and warrant me, but who's as foul as sin aside of her face as I see that morning? Who stood there with the broken spade in her hand, and in t'other a hammer and a 2-3 nails, and who smiled at me and offered me the tackle, as much as to say, "Now, Isaac, be gradely for once in thy life, and fettle this spade for me, wilter?" For a while I stood there gaping like a fool, and wondering whether who could have risen from, but who cried out once more, "I've broken me spade." So I marched towards her, and took thommer and nails, and tackled it up. Didn't take me long a doing, for it were but a lion, but when I'd done, who smiled at me, and said, "Bonny, summat like thy used to, Margit, when our pighead were caught in there," and she gave me handful of brass, and afore I'd time to say out, off who vanished. That were th' only fearing as ever I've seen, and mebbe th' only one as I'm likely to look at, for me seat's getting no on of the best latterly.